welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome to full reaction to El Clásico, and that tonight for me in the Supercopa de España, that was a real Clásico. You had two very good teams on the night going at each other. Each of them had periods of the game where they were on top, they were in control. Both teams scored goals, both teams had chances, and in the end, a single goal there in extra time, Valverde's goal, separates the teams. But for me, as a Barcelona fan, I come away from this game, of course, disappointed, frustrated that we haven't won, but I can take so many positives. Tonight, it felt like the beginning. It felt like finally we got our squad together, we got the players that we wanted out there again, and this is only the start of a very exciting journey. And the players out there tonight sure did put up a fight. Because this right here was Xavi's starting lineup, and as you can see, big name in that starting lineup. It was Ferran Torres who made his Barça debut from the start in El Clásico. Araujo there played with strapping on his hand, playing through the pain to be involved in this game, with Dembele there switching over to the left-hand side to accommodate Ferran on the right, and Luuk de Jong once again leading the line. For Real Madrid, Dani Carvajal was back at right back, but there was a change at centre-back with David Alaba missing out through injury. Nacho replaced him, and in the front line it was Asensio who was in for Rodrigo, with Benzema and Vinicius making up a very fearsome front line. And I've got to say that in terms of starting the game there, the opening sort of 10, 15, 20 minutes from Barca, I felt it was very cautious. I think the way that we actually started the game there, maybe we lacked a bit of belief, a bit of confidence that we could actually go and take the ball and take the game to Real Madrid, because that's what I wanted to see today. I wanted to see us impose ourselves, and in the opening periods of that game, it simply didn't happen. Real Madrid threatened on a number of occasions there to get in behind us. We were playing a high line. Vinicius, Benzema, Asensio were all looking to go in behind and really create danger, and they were very threatening there on the break, and we were constantly reminded of that threat. But unfortunately, on 25 minutes there, it was Sergio Busquets who was robbed in possession by Benzema, and that's the problem there. When you lose it in such a key area, it only takes one pass, because when you lose it there, your defence are not set up, they're not organised there to actually defend and attack. Benzema with one through ball to Vinicius, who slots it past Ter Stegen to give Real Madrid the lead in El Clásico. And I think the question for all of us Barca fans in that moment was, how are we going to react now? How are we going to respond to going behind in yet another big game, yet again against Real Madrid? How are we going to be able to keep our heads up? But I've got to say, I thought we did very well in that aspect. Barca actually, for me, relaxed a little bit, maybe showed a bit more composure, a bit more determination in our game once we went behind. It was almost then like, you know what, let's go for it. Now, we've got nothing to lose. We can actually take the shackles off and we can start to attack Real Madrid, and Barca were much better. Particularly there towards the end of that first half, it was us in control. It was us who was building the attacks and really putting the pressure on Real Madrid. And especially when you're looking at that first half, I've got to highlight Dembele. We all know about his contract situation. We all know about the unsavoury feelings right now between him, between the club, between the fans, all of that kind of stuff. But the performance that he put in, especially in the first half, he was a real threat. And not only that for me, but he worked hard. It wasn't only about what he was doing going forward, the danger that he was causing, but actually he was helping Alba too. He was tracking back there to defend against Asensio, to stop Real Madrid on those counter-attacks, and that was very pleasing to see that kind of commitment from Dembele. And he was at the very heart of our equalising goal. Dani Alves there with a crossfield ball into the box towards Frenkie de Jong, who heads it back there to Dembele. And it's a really clever cross, because I don't think Militao is expecting this from Dembele. Very low, very hard across the box. For that reason, he doesn't deal actually with the danger. And who is on hand there to bundle it home? It's Luuk de Jong, who has a Clásico goal to his name, and I've got to say, I'm so happy for him. Starting this game, he deserved to be there. He deserved to be in this team after his goals in recent weeks, and really good there to get us back in the game And at half-time, it was Barça 1, Real Madrid 1. Now at half-time, Xavi did not hesitate when it came to changing things. Ferran Torres came off, maybe only had 45 minutes in him, of course, given the fact they only had one training session coming into this match. So of course we're going to see much more from him, and he's going to be much more involved than what we saw in that first half. Abde came on in his place, and Frenkie de Jong there was replaced also. Of course, he was only coming back just from injury. Pedri came on to make his return, and I thought Pedri was very good and exciting to see him back out on the field for Barça. And I thought, to be honest, we played really well in the opening stages. Barça basically continued where they left off at the end of the first half. We actually created some good chances. Pedri had a really good effort there that went wide of the post. Really good strike on goal. Courtois maybe wouldn't have kept it out had it been on target. Luuk de Jong had another effort. Dembele as well had a half volley there towards goal, just wide again. And Barça were putting the pressure on. And as Ansu Fati also made his return there, 25 minutes from the end of the game, Luuk de Jong went off. Ansu came on to play in that central role. And I have to say as well, it was exciting to see him not only down the middle, but also interchanging in his positioning with Ousmane Dembele. Sometimes Dembele would come inside, Ansu would drift out to the left. The two were combining well, and that was again another element of what we can see when everyone is back fit. But unfortunately for Barça, that pressure, we couldn't quite get that goal to go ahead. And as a result of that, Real Madrid came back into the game. Because that's the way this Clásico went. One way, then the other. Real Madrid then came back into it. Benzema was getting more involved. I thought he was quite quiet, actually, in the first half. But in the second half, he was very much involved in Real Madrid's attacking play. And sadly, on 72 minutes, first of all, he was denied by Ter Stegen. The rebound goes out to Carvajal. He puts it low and hard across the box. Ter Stegen gets something on it. But Benzema is right there. It falls right to him. Very good. Either positioning from him or good luck. He puts it in, though, to give Real the lead once again. And you're asking the same questions. Again, we've got to pick ourselves up. Again, we've got to find a way back in this game. These young players out there for Barça, they had to keep their heads today. They had to really use everything they had to keep dragging themselves back in the game, because we had good moments. We had good passages of play, but we could never quite get ahead and actually take the lead and really command this game in the way we wanted to. But on 78 minutes, Xavi indeed rolled the dice. It was Nico Gonzalez there who came on for Gavi, and you can see there a very attacking change because Dani Alves went off to be replaced by Memphis Depay, which basically meant there that Barça had 4 attacking players on the field. Memphis and Ansu in those central areas, Dembele and Abde out wide, and it left only 3 players at the back, which may indeed come back to hurt us when we talk later about extra time. But in the 90 minutes, we still had time for Barça to hit back again, for Barça to have one of the moments that was fantastic for us, and an amazing moment for Ansu Fati. It was a brilliant ball in there from Jordi Alba, something I feel that was well worked. We saw a few moves today with crosses that may indeed have been worked on the training ground. Ansu gets up, really good glancing header. He always finds himself in the right area, and he is so clinical in front of goal. And once again, the young man coming back in, clinical in front of goal. A big goal it was too, to give Barça an equaliser here. And even after that goal, we still kept the pressure on. Dembele had a chance there in front of goal that he couldn't quite catch up to before Courtois shut down the move. And Barça really did ramp up the pressure on Real Madrid at the end of normal time. And I think at the end of the 90 minutes, it was only fair that Real had 2 goals, Barça had 2 goals. We were as level as you can get as the game went to extra time. And Barça, twice, dragged themselves back in it. And I think then when it comes to extra time, maybe we were a little bit naive going into that. Of course, we were riding the high of getting back into the game. We were feeling very confident. But did we commit maybe a few too many players forward? Because Real Madrid there were hitting us again on that counter-attack. That's what they did for most of the game, really. They stayed organised, they waited for their moments, and they struck with real penetration. And unfortunately, on 98 minutes, we committed too many players. Araujo and Piqué were the only players back for Barça. And as you can see right here, as the ball is cut back from Rodrigo on the counter, Real Madrid queuing up to finish it there to get what was the winning goal in the game. But still for Barça, even again, despite conceding, going behind for a 3rd time in the game, you had Busquets test Courtois, you had Dembele with an attempt on goal, and even right up until the last second, Ansu Fati, there was an overhead kick that looked like it could be the equalising goal in the dying moments. Araujo was in there as well, and we never stopped fighting. We never gave up on this game. And I think even despite today, Real Madrid coming out the winning side, they're of course going to be happy to be going on to the Supercopa final. But for this today for Barça, it feels like more than this game. We have got much more important games to come in La Liga, even in the Europa League, Copa del Rey. We got all that stuff to come, and it just felt like today, this is the starting point. This is the kind of level. These are the kind of performances you need to put in as Barcelona players, and we're getting our players back. Our squad is finally looking the way we've all dreamt of. We've been waiting for Ansu to be back. We've been waiting for Pedri, for the arrival of Ferran Torres. Now we're at the start of that journey. They are coming back in this team. The results will come. The performances are coming. And this is a team that are only on the way up. Even despite today, we've lost. It's disappointing. It is frustrating. But come on. We can see the positives. And we must keep that fight. So please, guys, do leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you make tonight of El Clásico, which in the end was won by Real Madrid? There was 5 goals in total and plenty of exciting moments. Let me know all of those thoughts down below. I will, of course, see you soon as we are going to be reacting much more to this game, this performance from Barça. Thank you indeed for tuning in and for all of your support. But until next time, let's hold our heads high. As always, Visca El Barça.